Hey everyone, you here. Today we're going to be doing an Endless Legend expansion percent run. I have to show these screens, part of the rules, custom factions off. You'll notice I'm playing as Broken Lords against Roving Clans. I'll get into the strategy of this in a little bit. I just want to explain a couple things. I'll try to explain later just a bit about Endless Legend if you don't know a lot about the game, so until then, please bear with me. However, we are doing an expansion percent, which means our goal is to own 80% of the regions, which are like these areas, on the map, and there should be around 16 from what I've been able to tell. So we want a area with a lot of production and a lot of gold or dust, I guess. So this looks like the best area. Yeah, we don't really care about science or technology, so let's do this one. So 3, 2, 1, start. You'll notice that I am oh, that's really bad. You'll notice that I'm playing as the broken lords, I think. That is because they can buy units with gold, and that is like their main thing. So we can very quickly pump out a bunch of settlers because we can very quickly create a lot of units, so we can population, so we can like replenish our stock, as you will. We're playing against the wandering ones, the wandermen. I don't know, because they are the least aggressive and they cannot declare war. Which means once we get once we get a certain technology, they can't really declare war on us, which means they can't attack us, and that is really good because that's the only way that we can lose cities or villages or whatever you want to call them. I don't know a lot of the lingo for this game, as you will. Did we lose our... I think we might have lost our settler. That's kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, we definitely will lose a lot of settlers in this run. The goal is just kind of spam them so that it doesn't matter, because they die to basically anything, and it's easier just to spam them. So yeah, we didn't quite spawn right at the bottom of the map, and that's really good. Spawning at the bottom of the map is quite bad, because it means that you can only expand in one direction, and it really limits your how like close you are to everything. If you're on the edge of the map, you can only expand in 3 directions. If you're in the middle, you can expand in 4, and that's a lot better. So yeah, you'll notice that we are already creating just a ton of settlers. This is not at all the way to play the game, so if you're looking for this looking at this for a walkthrough, probably not a great idea, because this is not at all a viable way to win like normally. Something to note, we are playing on a tiny map with normal region size, and this is because that just means there are less regions. That normal is the largest you can have on a tiny map, and that means that there should be around 16, which means we have to make 16 settlers and create 16 cities. And that makes things a lot easier. So you'll notice we're clearing out as many of these guys as possible. We're going to attack most of them early on, but eventually we're going to bribe them. We might lose these guys here. Yeah, that's bad. So that's... Some of the keybinds in this game are kind of weird, so you'll hit space and it'll do weird stuff. So we know that they are... Oh, no. We know that they are above us, so we are going to spread mostly to the left and right. You'll notice that I'm not at all caring about where I expand to. Like, I'm just putting them down willy-nilly. You want to put them down ASAP because the settlers can die, but minor factions won't kill the cities, so you just put the cities down wherever, and that means that, like, once you put the city down, it's good. These guys can go up here. This is like one of the slower, like turn-wise, like we're not going to be doing turns super fast in this one compared to like elimination percent or diplomacy percent, just because we have to be a bit more deliberate with controlling units. We can't just like kind of spam them like we do previously. So we know that they're up here, so we want to settle near them if we can. but we want to make sure that they don't kill our settlers, because our settlers are how we win the game. So this is pretty good. This is going a bit better than my previous runs. There we go. You have to make sure that your populations are above 1, because if you have a population of 1, you cannot settle, or you cannot create settlers. So we need a decent amount of dust production in order to balance that. But we don't want to be spending too much time getting dust, because then we are not making settlers. It's all just kind of it's all a bit of a balance. I wish you could set that to auto, because then I could just mash spacebar and it would automatically do the fight. I don't want to be selected on that city. Please allow me to stop being selected on that city. I need one more attack. Okay. So you notice I'm scouting with my stalwarts that I made earlier. That is because they are a bit more durable than other people, although they will just die like that. Oh no, they didn't, but it's something. So yeah, dust is like the most important resource here, because if you have a lot of dust, you can just buy all your units and you don't have to worry about production. Production is kind of obsolete, especially with the Broken Lords in these sorts of things. Like, you need dust more than anything, just because you need dust to buy people, and you need dust to settle, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So yeah, they did settle above us. That's a little unfortunate. We should be able to outpace them with settlers as long as we don't lose them all to units. I don't think these golden guys attack us. I might be wrong. The minor factions in this mode are just really, really frustrating, because there's not a lot you can do about them. You don't want to be spending too much time building units. But if you don't, then you just spread out and the minor factions just completely raid your settling parties. And that is really, really bad for us. So finding a good balance is really important. We are doing pretty good. It looks we have like probably like a third of the way there. I want to figure out how we can make it so that minor factions aren't as big of a problem, but I don't know how to do that. Which one is it? Is it? No, it's that one. There we go. Why can't I end my turn? Okay. That was weird. So yeah, we're doing pretty well spreading out. Oh, that's really risky. We're going to try to take these guys out as best we can. Although our guys are getting low, which is a bit of a problem. If they die, that's like a big problem, because then we can no longer... It's not like a massive problem, but it does really slow us down, because then our settlers are going to die a lot more. However, it looks like we are going to get some good cities here. We're just going to try to avoid these guys. We're going to get some over here. We have settlers coming out in this city. We are doing okay. One thing to note is that there is a decent amount of RNG in this game with like starting position and then winter. As you'll see, it's like winter right now. That's like a very large mechanic in the game. Whenever it's winter, your units are a lot slower. You get a lot more less production. It just really slows you down. Like, I don't think there's any run, at least none that I've seen or tried so far, that aren't like heavily adversely affected by random winters. And the amount of, like, when winters happen is random. There are values that you can make them happen less often, but it is literally just random, and I don't know how you deal with that. So I'm gonna try to diplomacy these guys and see if I can do that. I don't know. No, they won't do it. If we had more dust, we could trade dust for peace, which means they will no longer raid us. Although, again, it's really just the minor factions that are a problem. They really mess you up. They make this mode a bit more frustrating than others that I have seen, just because it is literally like random. If you can navigate them well, then good for you. Generally, you can't though, and there's not a lot you can do about it. And like, there's just so many of them, and they're kind of. I think they're like, as far as like balance-wise, they are made to counter these sorts of strats where you just like spam settlers and make a bunch of cities early on, and then just eco your opponent out. But as far as like this run goes, you want to be fast, so this stuff is really a little like frustrating, because you can't do much about it, is the thing. Okay. No, see, and like with the fog of war, you can't really see where they're coming from. It's just a mess. We are doing okay on settlers though, but we just did lose another one. It happens. We're gonna get one of these areas down here. I actually want to get this one if we can. You want to spread out farther rather than closer if you can, just because it's easier to get like your safer cities in the middle where you've already cleared out minor factions to that area. I don't know if we've hit 50% yet, so if my splits are off, I apologize, but I have not been paying too much attention to that. I'll be more concerned. Okay, so it looks like we got that one. Looks like we're gonna get this one because we've cleared out the minor factions over here for the most part. We are doing okay. This is an okay run. Yeah, so we are 15%, or 50% rather. I apologize. Okay. So we are getting close to wrapping around the Earth, or the planet, or whatever you want to call it. That is good, because once we start doing that, it's easy. You're always going to be closer to other areas. I can't... Oh, I can't do it until I'm in a different... So this is good. We got like a nice little corner here where we can get into a lot of areas very easily. That's really good for us. This is going a bit better now that we've figured things out. As I say that, we're probably going to lose a bunch of settlers, and it's going to be a bad time. I do want to get up in this area, though, because that'll block them off. So I'm hoping I can do that, and up in here, it looks like there's two zones up in here that or regions, rather, that I can capture. That would be super awesome. I would like that a lot. Well, yeah, we're going to lose those guys. That's okay. They did pretty good work. We killed a lot more camps than I normally do, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't care. So you'll notice that I'm just not at all caring about technology. That is because generally technology doesn't benefit you too much. If you're doing really well economically, like if you get a really, really good start, sometimes it can be helpful, but in general, it just doesn't matter because you're never going to... We're not building anything... Oh, they're going to loot. And that's the problem. They have these guys roaming right here. We need to, like, slip in over in this edge if we can. Honestly, I think if a lot of RNG could be eliminated from this run, it would be significantly faster, which would be pretty cool. But I don't really know how you could do that. I haven't been able to figure that out. But if you guys have any ideas on that sort of thing, please feel free to tell me, because I would love just any ideas on this game, honestly. I really enjoy this run. So any thoughts from my subs would be greatly appreciated. It looks like we're going to be able to get this one here. We're probably going to be able to get in here. So it looks like there's about 4 zones over in this area that we should be able to get. Another winter, a little earlier than we could have gotten, but not too bad. So you're going to just establish that right there. No, we don't want to do that. Can we have a settler here? We cannot afford a settler. Yeah, so we're actually losing dust, which is really bad for us. Not a lot to be done about that, because we don't want to be wasting time. We're going to be getting some empire mints just because those are kind of really important. However, it's honestly... Oh, no, we lost them. if we can get one down here, we should be fine, but we can't until the winter's over, so we're going to have to wait a couple turns. This is going to put us back just a little bit. So we have 2 up here that we... Or maybe it's just... No, it looks like 2. Yeah, that's 2. That we need to get... Okay, so this is going okay. I have had better runs, but this is acceptable. We are no longer at negative dust, which is really good for us. We need to just get these guys down here. So as soon as we can buy another population, we're going to get it down here in Ganley. The settlers here. It does get a bit harder later on to remember where all your guys are at, like all your settlers, because you just have so many cities. It's hard to remember, like, oh, I have them here. You can generally tell, like, generally cities are only going to have 2 of these guys. Let's hope there's no guys in Fog of War over here. It looks like we're good. I don't think they can reach it over there. Let's hope. Let's just really hope. We're going to have to pull these guys back. We're going to buy a guy there and do a settler. This is going okay. We have a lot of space in here, and we have some space in here that we need. It looks like these guys only have 1, maybe 2 areas. I don't know where those guys were. Hope they didn't die. Or, I mean, I hope that they weren't important. I don't know. Were they over here? Yep, it was those guys over there. That's pretty unfortunate. But we're going to get these guys in the city. The minor factions don't attack the cities, so we should be fine. 7 turns on that. Let's buy some more population. Oh, we can. Or no, we can now. And then we want population up here next because we want to settle in here. Can I think I might be able to do this in 1 turn. Yes, there we go. Cool. So it looks like there's probably 3 areas in here, 1 down here. We are doing very good. We are getting very close to the end of this. Luckily enough, because this has been a bit of a rough run, honestly, if I am being honest. I have done some practice, and I've definitely had better runs, partially due to the start, partially just to do with all these minor factions that we have to deal with. It definitely feels weird compared to the other ones, because the other ones, the goal is just to, like, stomp your opponent immediately. In this one, however, the goal seems a lot more, like, there's a lot more nuance to it, because, like, you just can't die to minor factions. I might die to them there. I don't know. They might not be able to now, the winter. Winter might have actually saved us right there. So we know that they're up here, so we're going to go to the left. We just need to get right in this square. If we can survive 1 more turn, we are golden. These guys should not be on dust right now. That's no wonder it's taking so long. We have a settler here. Let's move them down to the left. We have a settler here, so we can get them in here. We are getting very close. This is looking really good, guys. We're really, really close. Oh yeah, they need to get in here. Some of the UI is weird. Like, you can't try to settle unless you're in the place, so you have to move in first. Nice. It's weird because you can't actually see any of the UI whenever they're establishing. So it's, I don't know. There we go. This game has some kind of weird, buggy things going on with it sometimes. That can be a little frustrating. I keep saying this game is frustrating. I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea. I love this game. This is the game that I play whenever I am stressed or whenever I just want to do a run that's kind of relaxing. This is one of the less relaxing runs though, so that's kind of unfortunate. However, oh, I might lose to them. Nope, it looks like they won't see me. I don't know how the AI works exactly, but God, we're getting close. Okay, I need 1 more. I just need to get down here. If I can get these guys down here, it'll all be worth it. It looks like I'm going to get it. I just have to... No, I got it. And as soon as that establishes, it is time. It should be. Oh, it's after the turn. My bad. There we go. So 18 minutes. That is a little slower than what I've done in practice. Or 19, I guess. Could definitely get the time down. So I we'll attempt that in the future. However, for now, I kind of like this as a first run. Not like a first run, I've been practicing, but as far as like a first run on here for Expansion Percent, so I'm going to keep this up. This is going to go on the channel for you guys. I hope you're okay with a sort of relaxed, less, not like excited, because I'm not really that sort of person, but a bit more just chill sort of game. That it's hard for me to just like rant or talk a lot about this game because it is pretty simple. However, I do enjoy it, so I hope you guys are cool with that. Let me know if you don't like this sort of thing. Please tell me, leave a comment, tell me what you would prefer. I will take that into consideration. If you love this, if you enjoy this, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, feel free, because I'm definitely going to play Endless Legend more in the future. Probably not a ton, because it's I don't really like to play it super often, but I will definitely, I want to eventually get all of the times pretty good. I'm really looking forward to doing a quest run, so look forward to that. However, I'm gonna let you guys go. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, dislike. I will see everyone in the next one.